I apologize in advance. This conversation is probably going to get a little contentious and very volatile potentially. Rick, I will start with you.
Yeah.
Do you love or hate Tyrese Haliburton pushing to play Game 6?
I love it that he's trying and that he wants to play. I'll love it if he gives them something more than he gave them the last game. I'll love it if he doesn't or can't and he shuts it down himself. I'm going to hate it if he plays the exact same way he did in Game 5 and he keeps himself out there thinking, okay, so at some point, A, either I'm going to be able to give us something, or B, these are the finals, and I'm going to take the liberty of I want to be in the finals and I want to be on the floor. I understand how hard it is for a competitor to shut it down, especially if you're one of the best players on your team. But the fact of the matter is, he was a minus in the last game, and he needed to acknowledge, he needed to be honest with himself that he was a negative, especially when you have other guys who are contributing and getting the job done. It would be completely different in my mind if nobody else has it going. But that wasn't the case. And so I feel like he contributed to what happened in Game 5 directly by keeping himself on the floor.
Yeah. It's not an option.
What's not?
Not an option.
What's not?
You know the answer.
It's not an option you sit out this game.
Come on, man.
It's not an option you sit out this game. We are in the finals. And you know what? You might not ever get back. You know how I know? Because I never got back. I won in 2010. We had a phenomenal team with the baddest man on the planet at quarterback. We never smelt it again. This might be your last opportunity that you ever do an interview and say finals behind you. I don't care what it looked like. I don't care if I got to hobble out there and then I figure out that I can't do it. I'm going out there. I was having a conversation with my kids yesterday because we out there training and my older son, like, I got a headache. And I said, just sit down. You got a headache. You can't play. I said, you know what? I said, in 9 years, I said, your dad missed 7 games. I said, torn PCL, I missed 2 games. I said, torn PCL, MCL, I missed 5 games. I said, you think I wasn't hurt the other ones? He said, probably not, huh? I just was 100%. You go out there for your teammates and brother, this is not an option. You in the finals, dog.
So that was that passive-aggressive stuff.
You in the finals, man.
Go ahead.
You in the finals. This ain't no option. You go out there hobbled or not.
I want to ask you, James, when you play with players, because I don't even got to go, when you play with players that sat out and they didn't push to injury, how'd you look at them?
You already know what it is. Bro, ain't no dog, man.
So,
man, sitting out 5 weeks.
I lost respect for players like that.
100%.
But I still have the question. If he goes out and plays like he did in game 5, are you still good with him staying out there no matter what? Do you respect that over the other?
If he's moving the way he was moving in this last game, to where I don't see no hobble and I don't see you limping, doing none of that, you play. Now, if I'm out there and we see it clear as day, like, dang, he can't even move, he limping here, get your butt out. And the coach should get you out.
I'll give you a quick example, though. So, Game 7, OKC versus the Nuggets, right? It's clear as day that Aaron Gordon was hurt.
Oh, yeah, it was.
He limping, he hurt.
Yes.
The MVP said, bro, don't go out here and play. I love that. So don't go out there and play. He said, I'm playing.
That's right.
Y'all need me. Now, that's a situation where I love that attitude, right? But I say, you know what, yo, you might hurt us because you're explosive, you're tough, you rebound, right? You push the pace a lot. He couldn't do none of that. When I watch him being hurt with the hammy, and I watch Haliburton play, you can't tell that's the same.
It ain't.
I see him running up and down the court. He ain't limping, you ain't stopping, you ain't favoring the side.
That's true.
You play bad. And you know the problem is? You want to scapegoat because you've been playing bad this whole series. You had a couple good moments, and we praise you. But the truth is, you did not play well. Because I watched you before have 5 points in 3 quarters.
Truth is.
And I watched you last game have 4 points in 35 minutes. But you gonna tell me you hurt? I ain't buying that. And I will last thing to say is, if you're the best player on the team, right, and you can go out there and play, and you not hurt, but you might be feeling some type of pain. Because that's sports. And everybody's got some type of pain to him. Ask Brunson. He was hurt last series, and we ain't no excuses about it. If you go out there and you don't play, we will never have a real conversation again. We're gonna be only teammates. How you can practice that? That's it. Because you know why? You're not my brother. Because I lay out on the line for this game, and you don't? Come on, you crazy? I won't even text you the same. Yes, no.
Yeah. Was your Super Bowl with Patty's ankle, or that was the other?
Come on, man. I watched Patrick Mahomes mess his knee up. We had a quarterback sneak. I'm in the drink. I'm like, yo, give me the ball, but they didn't want to do that. They gave it to him. He hurt his knee. He was out for a couple weeks. Yeah. And ever since then, he still was hurt the whole year. You think he complained about it?
No,
you think he talked about it? He the best player on the team. Yo, listen, one thing about sports is it's a real family bond you have, right? And it's like, yo, nobody's 100% healthy. But you gonna go out there for us, and I'm gonna go out there for you. And if we don't do that, we look at you funny.
That's it.
Try to play. Give everything you have to play. Yeah. But if you get out on that court and you can't play, you do not play. But you put everything into it. I told the story yesterday of tearing my groin against the Tennessee Titans. True story. Tore my groin against the Tennessee Titans. It was a Sunday 125 game. Y'all can look it up. I think it was 2014. We had to play Thursday. Not the following Sunday. We had to play Thursday night in Dallas. Shady will remember. Shady got busy. It's against the Cowboys. It's on Thanksgiving. I'm from Dallas. 2013, I ain't get to play in that game. It's 2014. Yeah. I'm finally, starting that year. D'Amico Ryans or Michael Kendricks was hurt. So, I got to play. I have to play in that. I am from Dallas. I'm playing the Cowboys. I don't know how long I'm going to be in the league. I'm not a starter. It's on Thanksgiving.
Mama and Dad going to be there.
To play. Everybody going to be there. Whole family going to be there. Acupuncture twice a day. Yeah. Arasti twice a day. Y'all know what that is. Graston twice a day. Manual therapy. I'm getting in the pool. Thursday, the game day, I do a workout in front of Howie Roseman. I do a workout in front of Billy Davis, the defensive coordinator. I do a workout in front of Rick Minner, the linebacker coach. I work out in front of all of them. After I finish the workout, I'm like, oh, I'm playing. I got the Toradol shot, everything. I'm playing. Howie comes up to me, you're a break glass if needed player. Meaning, if I have to play you, break the glass, you gonna play. But other than that, you're not going in. I did everything within my power to play. Now, mind you, I had a second-degree torn groin. I mean, so I
that matters too. Yeah.
But I did everything within my power to play. I worked out to play, and I was a break glass if needed player. Haliburton, do everything within your power to play. But under no circumstance do I believe he should go out there and hurt the team if he cannot play.
Oh, wait. Who's the best player on defense that year? That year you're talking about?
Maybe Jenkins, maybe Miko.
Okay, let's give me one.
Maybe Trent.
The best player.
Fletcher Cox.
Oh, he's a really good one.
Fletcher was good that year.
So, if you take yourself out, you put Fletcher in your shoes, and it's the Super Bowl. What conversation does Howie have him there?
He goes.
Yeah, ain't no glass broken.
That's a really important point. That's a really important point.
He did pull.
I tore my groin.
That's,
Here's the distinction, though, between football and basketball, I believe, and I'm not going to name names, but I've known any number of players, and other players have acknowledged it. There are some players that when they're not right, when they're not physically right, they can't play. They're just not that.
Because
mentally, they just don't feel like they can get it done. And again, there's some really good players, guys that you would look at are stars, guys that I covered firsthand. And it would be like, they'd have a little something, and he'd be like, that can't be that bad. And that dude couldn't, it wasn't even that he couldn't go, he didn't believe he could go. He didn't believe he could be the same player. And that may be Tyrese Haliburton because of his game. Like, he doesn't know how to adjust to the fact that I can't just go by somebody. Because they're like Jalen Brunson, he may be dinged up, but he's able to use his body and still get to his spots. I don't see that Tyrese necessarily has that game.
That's weak.
Understood, but it's reality. But it's reality.
No, I'm saying that's true. But as a player, I give you a story, right? And I'm gonna say the names. We had this. I forget it was like a autograph signer or something was at, and I'm with the old heads because it's football and it's basketball. Allen Iverson's there. Me and Allen, we friends. I'm a huge fan. I don't let him know all that. But I'm crazy, you know what I'm saying? And it's him. I think it's Eric Snow and somebody else. And they was laughing about, I guess somebody was hurt while I was playing. It was like somebody was hurt like now, right? Because the basketball was going on, and we were talking, and it was a rule for the Sixers that if somebody was hurt on the Sixers and it wasn't a real injury, you couldn't be hurt. Yeah. And I was like, well, what you mean? Because if I'm hurt, I'm hurt. They said because we got a 165 player that's our best player that he don't really never miss games. Yep. Allen Iverson. So if Allen Iverson's gonna go to the floor, average 30-something points. He's 165, soaking wet. He's hitting the floor every single night, and he plays. Not the practice. He playing the game. And you 225, 30 pounds, 250 pounds, and you hurt because of a little hand, a little ankle, a little knee, we looked at you different. And that was the rule. So I say all that to Haliburton, right? If certain players, if you're the main player in the squad, and we depend on you, it's our last, if we lose, we go home. We go home. And you telling me you might not play because you might not play well when you hurt?
Yeah, and not only that, though, because I was always taught to, like, if you're a good player, even your presence out there helps.
That's true.
And I bring that up to say, like, I was a good player on the Packers, and when I tore my PCL, I wasn't 100% at all. And I will never forget Aaron came up to me and he said, bruh, even you being out there, bro, your presence gonna help us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take some of the pressure off Jordy and all that, just you being out there, other than it being our fifth string wideout. And I'm like, bring my uni.
Did he call you bruh?
I would say this, though. James, I think that's applicable to some stars. LeBron James, I think that's applicable to. Kevin Durant, you could suggest that's applicable to, though I don't think Kevin Durant playing with this calf injury was very smart when he played on the Warriors, turned into an Achilles. So you could say it's applicable to some stars. I don't think that's applicable to Haliburton.
Why not?
Because we saw his presence on the court versus McConnell's presence on the court. Haliburton's presence ain't help. Like,
see, I think
the delta, it just didn't help. We have the data that suggests that's not applicable to Haliburton.
How about the data can't just be he didn't play well and he missed shots?
No. But the problem is that he didn't play well and he missed. It wasn't that he just didn't play well and missed shots. He wasn't a presence. He was on the floor, but he wasn't a presence. And we've seen other games where he hasn't been a presence, and they've actually won. So it's almost like the Pacers have sort of acclimated themselves to the fact that he's not always that guy. But at this point, against the Oklahoma City Thunder, if you're not that guy, we got other guys that can be.
Let me ask you a quick something. This is why I love doing this show with all of us having this level of experience. Here's what I don't want, 2-5, and you might understand this. I don't want in the back of Haliburton's mind him to start feeling sorry for himself. Because Haliburton's going up against Shea, and he's going up against J-Dub. Shea's better than him, and J-Dub you could suggest better than him as well. Yeah. But if Haliburton is hurt, then if he gets beat, he'd be like, well, you know, I don't ever want a player feeling sorry for themselves, because we've all played with those dudes where they know they're hurt, so it's kind of a subconscious excuse for them to get beat, because you didn't really beat me, but you beat torn calf me. You ain't really beat me, you maligned me. So I don't want Haliburton to trot out there feeling sorry for himself, getting beat, knowing that, well, it's a little more acceptable that I got beat, because I'm hurt, because I'm hurt. Now, I don't want none of that.
But haven't you already gotten that? Didn't
I
you
just
get that in
did.
the post-game press conference?
Correct.
He's trying to do it now, Slick.
Right.
Correct. I don't give me TJ.
That's
give me 100% TJ. I don't want no excuses. I don't want
That's
the Pacers to lose. Because here's what's weird to me. Why haven't, and Matt, help me out here. Why haven't we got the MRI results? Yeah. MRIs do not take that long. I've gotten about 10 of them in my career. I looked up 19 hours ago and said Haliburton's getting an MRI. Yeah. You should have the results within an hour. And I ain't seen him yet. So Matt, our researcher off camera, if you've seen him, somebody let me know. So that either tells me, A, the results weren't as damning, or B, we're going to wait until they lose, and then it's going to come out, well, he had a second-degree tear.
So I'm going to go back to Shady's point really quick, because you do respect teammates more that go out there and fight through injury. That's just natural. So, question for you guys. Let's just say he goes out there and he looks the way he looks in Game 5, where we see no limp, we see no nothing, we see him moving, he just can't go past dudes, and he pulls himself. And we don't see no limp. What's going to be your reaction if they lose that game and he's sitting on that bench for 37 minutes because he tried to play with, and he's moving the right way and he pulls himself? What's going to be your reaction, Acho, when you come up here?
He's not playing well.
Let's just say
he's playing the same way he played in Game 4 and Game 5.
Let's just say he take 4 shots in 3 minutes and he missed all of them and he moving the right way and he pulls himself.
I would rather him pull himself and say, yo, I had a second-degree tear.
Oh, my God.
You serious?
If he has a second-degree tear, I'd rather
hold on.
Yo, this is crazy,
let me
if he has a second-degree tear.
Say it again. He's moving the way he was moving this last game.
But he's 0 for 4.
No,
so
just missing shots.
He missed some wide open threes with no movement.
And
he missed some wide open threes with no movement.
And here's my thing. If he's missing these shots, he has to be hurt. He has
Was he hurt in Game 4? He had 5 points in 3 quarters. Was he hurt then? Yo, this is going to piss me off. I'm trying to do the show at a great morning, at a great breakfast. Like, what are we talking about? We talking about the finals?
Here's my thing.
What?
Like, if Shady's not making people miss in the open field, he got to be hurt. Because Shady makes people
But what
miss.
if Shady is still woman and they tackling him?
Shady makes people miss, so he has to be hurt.
bro.
He has to be hurt.
Shady ain't never not made nobody miss.
Haliburton gets 10 assists a game. That's what he does. He averages 11.2. If Haliburton goes out there and has 4 points and 4 dimes and 3 boards, he has to be hurt. There's no way he could do that healthy. There's no way.
So every good player that has had a bad game been hurt?
Not all these bad games, James. He went 0 for 6, James.
But I'm
0
saying,
for 6. That's not all-star. That's not Olympic gold medalist. 0 for 6.
Slick, have you seen him with the ball in his hands?
Yes.
Do you see any limp? Do you see anything limiting him?
I don't see that, but I also don't see him getting into the paint.
So it can't be defense?
Him missing threes, him taking threes really doesn't help me to the level that I need. I need him getting busy and getting inside. And if he's not attacking, we talked about it. He got switches. He got switches against the bigs.
And they were staying in front of him.
And he didn't go. But it wasn't that they just stayed in front of him. I didn't see him try to go.
Hey, why Shady looks sick right now? Shady looks.
I can't believe this is a
Shady looks
conversation.
sick.
Like, this is crazy, man.
But this is, you know what? The problem is, this is what Tyrese Haliburton brings on.
What?
This is why he's so controversial. Because we've seen him play this way when he wasn't hurt.
That is the point.
Right?
And that's what I'm trying to get at.
Right.
And you're saying, you're assuming that he either isn't hurt or that he is hurt. I don't.
I'm saying
that's the part.
No, what I'm assuming is if he is hurt, it's not affecting him that much because he looks full speed out there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like Shady's point. We knew Aaron Gordon was hobbling down that court. We knew he wasn't right. And I was even watching him, they need to get Gordon out. When you watch Haliburton play, he doesn't look like he has an injury. He's moving well. He's just not getting to the paint. And they're playing good defense, and he's not playing good basketball. And he hasn't been playing good basketball all series. And I have not seen no limp, no hobble, no nothing.
I got to take a break. Last thought, Shady.
I'm good. This is a tough conversation for me because it's really crazy that we really disagreeing with this. This should be a no-brainer, unanimous picks here. Like, yo, you should play the game, man. You've been shooting from game 1 to 4. He's been like, 33, 31% from 3. Like, game is shooting great. Now you hurt all of a sudden? We watched a game where you had 5 points in 3 quarters. You weren't hurt then. Now you hurt now. It's the same results. You run around, you hopping around, you run around. You ain't limping. You ain't stopping yourself. You can't. You not playing well.
Now,
what's wrong with saying that? I'm not playing well.
What if the MRI results come back today and he has a 2nd-degree tear in his calf? Will that change y'all's opinion?
Is it a calf or a shin?
Calf.
He been grabbing everything.
I hate you.
You going to break.
It's crazy, man.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.